Good evening and welcome to City News at 6. We begin in court with an emotional testimony by the mother of a 7-year-old homicide victim about the day her daughter was killed, saying she thought she could help. A warning, this story contains disturbing details and touches on the topic of suicide. We've listed mental health supports at the bottom of your screen. Melissa Desrosiers spoke to court with a Zebra Center dog and a counselor there to support her, testifying she knew the accused, David Moss, largely because her sister-in-law and his sister were friends, and she had gotten a tattoo from Moss to honor her husband, Ben, who had died by suicide the summer before. Saying the day Bella Rose was killed, Moss had called her, speaking of awakenings and saying he knew why Ben had done it. Desrosiers says after hearing Moss refused help from mental health workers, she went to the father of four's house, telling court through tears, "My fear was that he would kill himself, and he had a family, and I didn't want the same loss for another family that I had." Through her limited comments to media since losing her child, the registered nurse has always advocated for mental health awareness, even in the days after.
During this tragic and difficult time of mourning, and each and every day, reach out to each other and embrace your children, families, and communities. No one understands when you or someone you love is struggling. Moss is seeking a ruling that he is not criminally responsible of second-degree murder. When the Crown asked Desrosiers about the moment surrounding Bella's death, recalling she didn't see Moss enter her daughter's room as she kissed the two goodnight, but when he attacked her oldest with a pair of scissors, she screamed, "Why? Why?" And he answered, "This is for Ben," saying after he had brought Bella's body downstairs, she yelled at him to get out of her house, and he just sat on the couch staring. The judge-alone trial has previously heard how Moss had become increasingly paranoid, speaking of spiritual awakenings and hearing voices in the days leading up to the attack, not eating or sleeping for 5 days. But when it comes to a diagnosis, conflicting opinions from health professionals.